Yeah.
Like they took your voice.
Just say you used to bang this back in 2019. Now,
Well, I guess they train the AI more than just stealing our beats now. So
yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah.
train them
Heck
on
yeah.
our voice. Yeah, I do enough.
Right.
Taking the time, bros. Appreciate it.
yeah, sure.
Anytime.
Yeah. I'm gonna grill y'all. I want to learn from y'all.
I want to learn.
I want to learn some shit from y'all.
Let's do it.
I mean, that's what we did for you. So,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's learn some stuff. Thanks for tuning in to Music Therapy and Motivation. I'm your host, Gino Black. Tonight's episode is brought to you by none other than Retired Rockstar. At Retired Rockstar, they celebrate the spirit of those who never lost their edge. They craft bold, timeless fashion accessories for men over the age of 45. Check out the authenticity of the brand at retiredrockstarbrand.com. Retired Rockstar. Live loud, stay legendary. Peace. Yes,
right.
sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna call this the re-up. It's the re-up.
Yeah.
It is officially been quasi a year.
Yeah.
Y'all had me guessing on y'all show.
Yeah.
That was a real good conversation that we had that evening. I thank y'all for doing it again. Now I wanted to return the favor since y'all got time before y'all become big time world class podcasters and leave the rest of us small people behind. I just want to welcome y'all to Music Therapy and Motivation with your host Gino Black. I have got the opportunity to be introduced to y'all listeners on y'all podcast, and I'm going to introduce y'all to my listeners. Now, Jarvis been on here before. Fuego's been on here, but I wanted to highlight all you guys and just chop it up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't got no real specific questions. We just gonna talk.
Yeah.
And then
Okay. That's beautiful.
Just
Yeah,
give
that
about 60 or so minutes and then just chop it up. And I think we're gonna have some dynamic conversations and pick each other's brains. How about that?
Sounds good.
man.
So
That
again,
works.
ladies and gentlemen, you are now viewing on YouTube and or listening on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, and all those others to Music Therapy and Motivation with your host, Gino Black. Today, I have the distinguished pleasure, the honor, and the privilege to take up some time from these guys. They have a successful podcast going now for a few years that I'm personally aware of. It's called Destroy Our Podcast. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to get disavowed by introducing them to you. I want them to introduce themselves individually.
All
So
right.
that we can all the Music Therapy and Motivation fans, all of the motivators out there, all my fans can gain some fucking clearance.
Let's
All
go.
right, let's
Peace
go.
to the motivators, man. I'm Rob
Yeah.
Natural. They call me General 5.
Yay. I
Give it up
am.
for him. Give it up for him, everybody.
I am Javier Fuego, aka Lieutenant One. Getting down doing my thing.
Man of many names. Blizz, West Blizzy, me, I'm 3 for Destroy All Podcasts. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
513 is in the building, everybody. Today we're going to have a free-flowing conversation. I've been doing a little business with Javier Fuego, the brand Fuego, as it's going to be known. That's an unofficial announcement. But we've been chopping it up for about a year now, and we've had some great conversations, and we always share information, and we try to help each other expand our minds. We're helping him do some stuff with the business and everything. But what I want to do is I want to talk about podcasts, hip hop, some more about podcasts, and I'm gonna have a big question. So as we talk about all this other shit, the biggest question I'm gonna ask is, how do we collectively, yet individually in our own spaces, how do we build a better podcast?
It's fair.
Keep that question in mind. And if I
Okay.
forget, remind me. That's the master question.
Okay.
Okay.
But let's talk about your current podcast, Destroy Our Podcast. How many years has it actually been since you started it?
2019 is
Okay.
when we officially decided to just go with it. Like music was getting low, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
people liked us talking, then apparently they did rapping. So we decided to get to talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It had been, we conceived it, I say, in 2019, but
Yeah.
we didn't start releasing content for maybe
22.
till 2022.
Mhm.
The concept had always been there. I've been talking about us as a show for a grip
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then I guess the pandemic kind of jettisoned us onto the scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we
Yeah,
are.
because really during the pandemic, we were doing
Yep.
Zoom calls and doing
Uh-huh.
freestyle sessions and writing and all that over Zoom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And,
Okay.
got to eventually be more talking. We're like, well, we can have anybody we want to on this. And so let's see what happens,
And big shout out to Chris Watt. Like he
Yeah.
put the battery in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
He put the battery in the back. He had us
Yep.
on there, and he told us straight up, just do it. What are you waiting on?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out Chris. We
Definitely shout out to Mr. Watt.
yeah, he
Shout
gave
out.
us our battery to keep this thing jumping.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good brother. He's been on here twice. Actually, we still got so much footage of a conversation. It may even be a third drop.
Right on.
That's a good brother. All right, but so he put the battery in the back. That was the go button. At that time, what did you feel like? What did y'all feel like was the hesitation to even just really drop and just start doing it on a regular basis?
What do we talk about beyond the
Yeah.
beyond Scribble Jam and what we did in the Top Cats, Baba Boudin moments?
Mhm.
What do we talk about? Where do we go after all the friends run out?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's the hesitation. But we
Mhm.
got in the water anyway. As I
Yeah.
was telling them at one of our latest events, I was sitting in front of a white background with a samurai sword for no apparent reason. We didn't really have the guidance yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
And
Here we
then
are.
Well,
now we just started doing things.
Yeah. It was
Mhm.
kind of like take a leap. Like
Yep.
everybody
Exactly.
else is doing it. It can't be that hard.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we figured out hosting and branding and everything. And
Gotcha.
then
Okay.
really how it started was just recording conversations.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what I
we
was
did
gonna
like
say.
we did like a year of just convos. And then we were like, okay, let's
Call
switch
this
up.
something.
Let's switch up a little bit and
Integrate a
start
guest.
have guests come on and do some interviewing.
Right. That's what I
Mhm.
noticed when I first got turned on to you guys. I went back and listened to a couple of episodes. I listened to the infamous episode first, but then I went back and listened to a couple of episodes. And but I gotta say it. But and then I went back and listened. And it's basically you guys were just having conversations about hip hop.
Yeah, and
you're just-
whatever other random stuff comes up too.
just passionate
Yeah.
conversations about hip hop.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of recording. And think about it, man. That's kind of that was ahead of the curve to what you see on a lot of platforms now.
Yep.
I don't want to promote no other podcast names, but you can think of a few hip hop podcasts,
For sure.
and they're just having conversations, just
Yeah.
like you guys are already doing.
For
Mhm.
sure.
Now, imagine you had gotten that spotlight to just start. You could be the pioneer of that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we weren't ready to like.
I get it. I get it. It's everything is, in my opinion, everything is on God's time.
That's right.
Yeah, and
you,
we
Exactly.
and
since
because,
then. Go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Since then, we started. You start finding out like how do you protect yourself? How do
Mhm.
you shield yourself from anything that might offend someone or someone might try to sue you and all that? How has this become a
Right.
business?
Right.
You know? So it's been a
fun
lot of
journey.
learning. Yeah,
A fun
great.
journey.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been great. All the struggle, the suffering, the mistakes, the missteps, the bad filming, the bad mics, the bad cameras. It's worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get all
Right.
these.
All worth it.
Right.
It's just like growing up. You get growing pains, but don't realize that it's growth. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Exactly.
You don't
Exactly.
see yourself growing always until you look back like, oh wow,
Look how far I've come.
we got our chops up
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
of course upgrading equipment and all that stuff comes in with it as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. I mean, we had the conversation and I just said, look, we've gotten as far as we can for free.
Yep.
Right.
Now you got
Gotta
put
put some money in it.
into
Yeah.
it.
Gotta make
Gotta
some
put some
money.
money on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. And I see that's where a lot of these podcasts don't go past because they're afraid to go past free.
Mhm.
We weren't afraid to go past free. Hell, I'm sure we have at least a couple grand in this thing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I mean, in equipment.
and,
oh,
and
yeah,
we're,
yeah.
and we're
Yeah.
yeah, just equipment. And now we're looking to get even more. And that's the exciting part because you're like, oh, we can do this. And then you see other folks like, oh, we could definitely do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And once now we believe in ourselves. I'm not going to
That's a
doubt.
big
We
part of it.
believe.
Yeah.
Yes, we believe, and we have meetings of how much money we're gonna throw into this.
Mhm.
You know, and there's no arguments, there's no nothing. We figure out what we want as a collective. We talk a lot. I don't think a day goes by I don't talk to these two.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that has a whole lot to do with it.
I think the collective bouncing ideas all the time really helps us grow. You know, just having a safe space where we can be a collective and just throw ideas in. Some are going to float, some are going to sink, some are going to be forgotten. But we have that space now, you know, where I can be uncomfortable and say, "Hey, what about this? What about this idea?"
Yeah,
You know,
and we're not afraid to shoot it down if we
That's
don't
right.
like. And there's
it's
no
not gonna work.
egos.
It's not gonna work. No
Like-
ego.
Like, nah, we're not feeling that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we let it go. Like, I mean, I think that's the beauty of it. The camaraderie. I mean, even for me, all three of us are Voltron. When there's one missing, you could tell there's an element missing.
Right.
Yeah.
You can tell. And once you get to that point, I think that's when you start really seeing your potential. Like, if it's not all three, I mean, we'll do it with two, but it's just not gonna have the same flavor.
Right.
It helps to keep in mind that we've known each other for decades as well.
Yeah,
Facts.
So like
exactly.
you might, you know, someone's just starting out like, oh, I need a partner. Like it might not work with the first person you know, link up with unless it's someone you've known for years. And we're all performers and artists, so we got chops and stage presence, you know.
And we've done songs together, so that helps.
Yeah. But Blizz is right.
You're a 360 collective. So
yeah.
So in the beginning, it's kind of like Voltron had to form. You all had to be ready at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it's more that we had to all believe at the same level.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we'd say like, oh, what will we talk about? And then we'd do a show there, not recording it or nothing, just sitting there talking about what would the show be like. And then, oh man,
That was the
show.
We could have recorded that.
Right.
But again, that's that beginning, that's that jump off, like where your eyes are opening, like, oh, okay, we can do this. How? I don't know how.
I don't know how.
Research. Oh, it's not that difficult, actually.
And you don't really
It's a little tougher to do it right, but
you don't really see it until you hit plateaus. Like
exactly.
Like we've hit some major plateaus just at the beginning of this year. And I went back and I start editing small clips for YouTube and stuff because now it's important.
Right.
And I can sit and watch us and be like, man, we've come a long way from these first moments. It's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't say it no better. I couldn't say it no better. But yeah, man, I just think I think showing up every day helps. Like you have to show up.
Consistency for
like,
sure.
Even when you don't feel like it, you got to do it. I mean, me and Gino, you know, we've had this conversation. When you don't feel like doing it, you got to push through it. Because if you don't push through it, then
you're going to miss an opportunity.
The drop that had legends talking is officially back. Introducing the latest G-Shades by retired rock star. Iconic eyewear for the evolved rebel. Engineered metal. Vintage soul. A statement you wear on your face. And now, shipping in our custom matte black retired rock star box because legends deserve the full treatment. Only 50 pairs available. And when they're gone, that's it. Don't just watch. Don't wish. Don't miss out. Tap the link. Use code LEGEND40 for 40% off, plus free shipping. G-Shades, the look of a legend.
To finish my thought, I think the last one is probably oh man, I don't know. We've done so many great ones. It's hard. I think the moment was when I did a What's Going On with Luno about the time I cut myself. down in the private
Funny.
area.
Yeah.
And it threw them completely off.
You're talking about
Funny.
the best and the worst of.
Yeah, like
That's
our
crazy.
memories are
That was going to be
in
my
space.
next question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
fucking crazy.
see?
So you guys got the segue
Synergy.
already.
Yeah,
Yes.
synergy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my
Look.
next question.
For me, it's like when I'm singing, I only eat with you on 2 occasions.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah. That was,
It's not funny because of the singing. It's because you kept going with the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
exactly.
Just, so and I'm
Beautiful.
just going nuts in the background. That was funny.
Yeah.
Herbal Change with J. Rock Jones with
Yes.
5.
Yeah. That's probably my worst. One of my worst.
That's one of the funny.
Why
Look,
is
I
that
had
the worst?
I did too many substances that night and just
funny.
got drowned in it and was very, very unprofessional. But apparently,
We
it was
were
funny.
learning. It's funny. I have it on the back burner as one of the clips for one of the channels.
The bloopers ready.
Yeah, and
It's a lot of bloopers, bro.
Just Give Me a Beat is by far one of the best things we've come up with this far.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And we're gonna have to invite you to Just Give Me a Beat, where I challenged two of the best producers that I personally know to I give them a beat on Tuesday or Wednesday, a sample on Tuesday or Wednesday, and they have it ready by Sunday. so yeah, we'll have to invite you. We just had one of our other co-producers on to do a guest appearance on the first time, and seeing the perspective of the way these two do beats, I kind of expect, but to see a third perspective that is just totally different, like it blows your mind. It blows your mind, and then it gives you the power of music and the power of the brain and creativity. That's what I like seeing about it, because I give them some basic shit, man. Or sometimes I just try to throw them off and just give them something random, and they always come through.
That's dope. We're doing me and a couple of other producer friends about. We're doing a Who Flipped It Better sample challenge. We're gonna do a little series that's gonna be coming out soon.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll come play.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Send the files.
They're down. I mean, here's how I feel. Like, like in the beginning of The Walking Dead, how everybody was just kind of scared, and then as time went on, they started getting cocky and confidence and just walking outside and knocking zombies down.
Right.
That's how these two are now. They're just calling people, come get some. They come get some. So producers, you're always welcome.
Yeah.
You're always welcome to the Just Give Me a Beat challenge.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on, Cletus.
Yeah.
Come on.
Send an email or hit us up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sure.
Send a DM and Instagram. We'll get you linked up.
I'll send you the sample.
Speaking
and
of YouTube, are your episodes on YouTube yet?
Yes. Slowly but surely they are getting there. Our most recent was we had the opportunity to do the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Saw that one. Yeah.
So we covered the Boxing Hall of Fame, and we got to talk to everybody from my cousin Tony to Zab Judah, right? Which was just kind of special. It's almost awe-inspiring to see these guys, these warriors come in. Yes, just come in and be so humble.
Yeah.
And appreciative to talk to you. That's what I loved about it. But yeah, ever since that, we were like, you know what? We need to get this YouTube channel going. That's where it's at. Rob's exact words. Advertisement, we need a place for it. And YouTube is the place for it.
I'm telling you, man, YouTube pays.
Yeah.
Don't leave money on the table.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I think I may have said that last night.
See, that's the growth we're talking about. Those are the conversations we're not afraid to have.
We weren't even thinking about it when we started this. It was just about an audio show that was going to be on streaming facility.
Right.
Now look.
Right.
Exactly. So I mean, it's great to jump on your ideas and see them all come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been the greatest part of this journey to me is we talk about it and then within the next month or so it happens.
Yeah,
Right.
we've been manifesting for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that.
Yes. Yeah,
Like that.
that's it, man. Like we just look in corners where other people aren't. You know what I mean? And go for it. Go for it. That's
I see the recent uptick in activity. I like to see it. I saw the Tracy Spencer clip. That was pretty dope. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, we have the unique opportunity to be associated with Friday Flow. And with that, we get to talk to all of the stars to come in. And we saw a window opening and I stuck both feet in it. You know what I'm saying? And we went for it and we got it. So now we get the opportunity to talk to, I mean, Tony Terry's coming. We'll be talking to Tony Terry, the people from Levert.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's people with stature. Monifa is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole bunch of opportunity and I would say a lot of this stems from the conversations that we've had to decide about just doing it. What are you waiting on? Like, cause I'll tell you, like, folks, Gino's giving you this nice guy act here, but
Tell him, Luno. Tell him.
When something ain't going right, you get power blasted.
All
right?
Worldwide.
You get the power blast.
You get worldwide.
It comes from a place of love.
Exactly. And
motivation.
And that's what I'm saying
the
too.
Highest form of love.
Yes.
You know, correction is a high form of love.
Yes.
Like we don't have any animosity. I told him from the jump.
Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning.
If you see something, say it. I'm not gonna get mad about it because I don't see it. All right. So I think a lot of that has helped form a lot of what we've done.
Okay.
Because
good.
We've expanded in conversations and talked, and now we're on Friday Flow every Friday.
Can I be three real quick? Can I be frank real quick?
Do it.
We take the opportunities others scoff at because they think it's beneath them in this city. We go and we discover and open doors people think that didn't exist. Okay. We are taking the chances that others don't want to take. They're comfortable with their past legacy and not worried about the future at all.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, they think that plateau is sinking into the ocean and we're rising on the new mountain. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's 100%. I just recently I was watching something and somebody said, you don't want to be, 50 plus years old talking about what you used to have.
Exactly.
The life you used to live. You're supposed to be
exactly
in your second season. You're supposed to be in your second season.
It's supposed to be a new birth.
Yeah, it is. You are. And like I'm experiencing that myself right now. I just throw that in. But yeah, man, it's like I hope it's infectious when I talk to people. That's my hope. Everybody don't get it. A lot of shit falls on deaf ears, but I hope that people leave with something, a nugget of some kind. And then also I hope to get something myself, even if it's just a feel-good moment for the day. You never know what somebody's going through. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can drop some game, or you can just lift somebody up. Either way, you're doing what God wants you to do. Yeah, I want to ask y'all when you first started booking your guests, your friends, and then you was talking about earlier where you said you was like, what do we do when we run out of friends? Well, the topics, obviously, they got longer. You got more topics to talk about, and you've incorporated some bits into the show that you do on a regular basis to make it an entertaining show. When would you say from inception of y'all hitting the go button collectively, do you feel like you really hit your stride in being a trio of hosts and making guests feel welcome, and except for one time, not starting no shit?
I know when it is.
I have an opinion on it too.
Go for it.
Good. Okay. I feel like so like the guest things, we played it really safe because we knew everybody. And it wasn't like it was going to be awkward and we knew everybody's background and all that. But when I feel like we really hit a real stride was when we started like meeting beforehand and like planning out how we're going to use our time, organizing a lot more. I feel like that's when things started happening a little bit better. Our content got better. We knew what we were getting into instead of having those times when you're like, we knew what we were going to be talking about. So we could like, okay, so-and-so dropped an album last week or this week. Listen to it and let's talk about it. Yeah, so I mean, instead of being like, did you guys listen to that? Nope. You know,
no, you have to plan, man. I always say to everybody, I always say a man who fails to plan plans to fail.
Right.
And then, proper planning gets a proper execution any day of the week.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people lack, because a lot of times it's not that you're outnumbered, you're out organized. Right. And it's not that you're outbeat in talent. They're just more organized than you. Like, just like when we were talking previously, and you probably talk about this with a bunch of different artists and producers, but it's like you always ask, how did that artist get there? Well, how the fuck they get there? They ain't, they is not coded in my boy, or they're not coded in me. How they get there? Because their team was better organized.
Correct.
They was better organized, and their organization gets them to the money.
Correct.
Right.
Nothing with, you got to move with intention. Yeah, I just want to throw that in there, man. But I feel what you're saying. Moving with intention is key to everything I do now.
Exactly. Where you see it at, Blizz?
After the Dib show.
That was I was going to say. That we had the same thing. The Dib show is when I felt we hit our stride.
And that was a big one for you guys?
Huge.
Yeah, huge.
Okay.
Yeah, because we all know him, but at the same time,
we respect him.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
It was one of them ones.
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah, and it was
he's an icon in his own right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I think after that we just hit the ground running and haven't stopped yet.
When we were like, oh yeah, okay, we can do this.
Yeah. And I think because we had the opportunity at opening day, but 5 couldn't make it. But when we did that, we could tell there was an element missing. And you could tell from what we were doing, there was an element.
It goes back to the Voltron thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we see our opportunities and trust. We're scoping other opportunities, stepping where other people aren't stepping. But I think the Friday flow is going to help us hit a great stride, because we got 9 weeks to go, and we have all access. We are good. We get to talk to folks and be on the lookout for the interviews. We're talking to some of your favorites, past and present, maybe.
It's not just about the interviews at that thing. Like, what's going to happen is connections.
Yeah, it's about making connections.
And there are things we know about what's going on down there now that next year and in 2026 going to take us to the next level.
Okay.
And that's why I'm glad we're down there. It's worth going down, being down there 6-8 hours, being sweaty, interviewing people, gathering content for the relationships we've developed.
Yeah. Well, that's that to me sounds like you're going throwback to when everybody was at what was it called back then? The public access joint. What was it?
Wave. Oh, Wave.
Wave, not the radio, but the video spot. CCTV. What was it? Cincinnati Arts or something, where they had you could rent the cameras and learn how to use the cameras and make your own video show for public access. I can't remember the name of it, but everybody was learning how to shoot video there.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely been a thing too. Trying to learn how to shoot, learn how to interview, learn how to keep people, entertained. That's
lighting.
Lighting.
Lighting
is big.
Being on location, it's logistics too. You got to think about that's
yeah. How do we isolate there's a concert going on behind you. How do you isolate the voices?
They are like breaking down a tent 10 feet from us.
Yes. How do you take that noise out? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't tell them to stop. They got to break down.
Right.
And then, she's like, look, I need to do this.
Go. Yeah,
exactly. So, those are things you just deal with. And can you deal with them?
Learn.
That's the big deal.
Growth.
Yeah.
It's all growth and learning. If you don't learn from your mistakes, or if you have a perfect show and never have mistakes, then your show's not growing.
True that.
It's not growing because we have mistakes all the time on the fly, but you never know it because we keep our cool about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, the last Tracy Spencer show, we had technical difficulties, but if you look at it, you wouldn't even be able to tell.
The beauty of editing.
Yeah, beauty of editing, the beauty of keeping your cool.
Absolutely,
Yep.
yes. As a
Mhm.
personality, you got to keep you cool because I mean, you're basically presenting yourself as a show, man.
Yep.
And that, just to speak on that for a minute, that's why my podcast is available on all the audio places, but I focused all my energy on YouTube because that's where I'm getting the bread from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in it for nothing but my money. I just
Hey.
like my money.
Yeah.
Hey,
I look, I'm about to turn 54 years old. I did it for love for 40 some years.
that's
I
what I'm
want
talking
my
about.
money.
Exactly.
I want money.
It's
Love
fun.
only gets you so far.
Yeah, I want my money. And my Instagram checks ain't hitting as hard as my YouTube checks.
Right.
My Facebook checks ain't hitting as hard as my YouTube checks.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's what we're looking for is in YouTube checks. Cause as Javier Fuego, I work with a couple of YouTube personalities.
Yes, you know about it.
And they got checks coming in.
Mm-hmm.
They got checks coming in. And from seeing like on YouTube, you can get 5,000 views on just one thing. Right? Just one interview, where on like Instagram, it's going to take you to have something viral.
Right.
To get 5,000.
And you know what I found? I've been able to build a better community on YouTube.
That part.
A better community in terms of the type of reactions or response that I get.
Mm-hmm.
My YouTube now, what used to be Insta and Facebook, my YouTube now has become the main portal to my music, to my merchandise, to my other merchandise company, to everything. Like any brand deals I get, like my YouTube channel has become the funnel to all of that. And then there's other opportunities that come along with that too, with the brand deals, a few endorsement deals. So that's adding more revenue on top of waiting for the monetization check, being in the YouTube partner program. So that's just a tip for anybody listening, anybody watching, and of course for these fine gentlemen right here.
That's game.
And again, for everybody that knows me, you know I don't not love music, and I don't not love hip hop, but I'm too old to be sitting here acting like
yeah, man. It's too late to be doing it for free now.
Exactly.
like this, I'm gonna segue into this. I want to talk about this. This is a hip hop, specifically a hip hop cultural thing. To me, like what I'm saying here now, what we all think we agree upon now is we're too old to be just doing it for free.
Correct.
Because it boils down to we've paid our dues.
Yes.
I know I paid my dues. I know I've had bad situations. I know I lost money. Now I got Spotify stealing from me. I got, we've all got raw deals. We've all got screwed over by friends, ex-friends, frenemies, and something was supposed to happen and it never happened, but it wasn't your fault. It was just, some stupid shit. So we've all paid our dues. And like you said, you're all performers. I'm a performer. So we've seen it all.
Facts.
Why the fuck should I do it for free?
Exactly. I think a lot of people undervalue themselves. Like they don't think their dues that they've paid are big enough. Dude, your dues are your dues regardless.
Yeah.
Like we've been on the struggle bus.
Yeah,
we're past 10,000 hours for one.
Correct.
100%. For those that don't know Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah.
We are way past that point, and I think it's safe to say that in the midst of being it great memories and great fun to be a part of hip hop and to be a part of some historical moments within the city in Cincinnati and of course beyond, we got all the love in the world. But as grown men, as I always tell my listeners and my viewers, is you got to figure some shit out. How you gonna get some extra streams of income?
That
you got to
all that love don't pay the mortgage, bro.
Nah,
nope.
baby need new shoes. What they used to say.
New
shoes.
Baby need $25,000 for a wedding now.
Yeah,
I can't be messing around.
Yeah, it's ridiculously stupid now. But let's talk about this for a second. Paying dues. And let's talk about the current situation, or not really the current situation, but I guess it's a situation, but it's the generation.
Okay.
The instant gratification situation of I'm hot, I deserve it now.
That's the problem, man. That's the problem.
You think that's the problem?
That's the problem. They want it now, right now.
Or is the problem us?
No, how can we be the problem?
The problem is the mindset, but where does the mindset come from?
That's what I'm saying. So if your parents have a bad mindset, what my grandma say, fruit don't fall far from the tree.
Right.
So of course the kids, like, they see the access there, but they don't want to put in the work. And they see, God bless them, but they see things like Kai Cenat and they think it was made in a week. Not that this kid has been grinding since he was 12.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not that he put in all them damn hours during the pandemic.
He been working.
Like people watching him sleep type stuff, putting in hours.
Right.
Like I think people forget that. And I think everybody is like, okay, I can do this. And then when it gets hard.
And then in 3 weeks when it's not coming,
they quit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
100%. Yep.
Because they say most podcast episodes don't make it past 5 or 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's true. I mean, same thing in music. I see it all the time. Like you hear one that came out and then they're gone. Then you never hear anything else again. It's just sad. And I do blame the parents, but come on, all these parents can't be that bad.
Yeah, they can.
Because
there's bad parents, but there's bad examples being pushed to them 24/7.
Right.
Yeah. Because
I used to always say I blame MTV. I blame making the band. I blame going all the way back even before season 2 with Diddy, going all the way back to the boys from Orlando, making the band Old Town or some shit.
Right.
Kind of like what's the guy from Cincinnati, 98 Degrees?
Yeah.
They're in that same crew. Yeah, they were all managed by the same company at that time, and they did that season. I'm like, it is not like that. Ain't nobody ever just took me up into a loft.
Right.
Not like that.
It don't happen that way.
No.
Yeah. There's
so they just get to sit in the studio, eat popcorn and chips, and write. They're not regarding. No, we had to save up money, and we had to just work for those hours that we saved up enough money to pay for a beatbox to record us or whatever studio we went to. And they just get to lounge in the studio. We in a writing session. Like who's paying for that shit?
Right.
Nobody never told them that
$150 an hour for a writing session.
Yeah. And I remember even when I first started visiting larger studios like in New York City and in Atlanta and in Miami, some studios were upwards of $200-$300 an hour.
Sure.
Some of the larger houses that had the name like Hit Factory Criteria was like $425 an hour.
I don't doubt it.
Miami.
That's crazy.
And you're gonna go up there for a writing session.
And they just chilling,
just hanging out.
And that's the thing. But so now that
$425, we're like, come on, engineer, we got to record this.
We gotta go.
And then what's funny is if I think about it, and I could be off a couple years, so people forgive me, don't get in the comments and roast me. But if I think about it, that generation that was watching that then, that thought that, those are the same artists now complaining that they haven't been paid any royalties. They unrecouped because all that writing time sitting in the studio eating chips and shit, that was coming out of your fucking pocket.
Yeah.
Nobody never told them that part.
Right.
So you've
got $36,000 in studio time.
Digging yourself in a hole.
3,800 on chips. Somebody got to kick in.
Yeah, we used to be saving up our money, for small studios, like, $50 an hour, $25 an hour.
Yeah.
And then we get enough money for that. We kind of broke, me and the group. We'll compile all our money. Okay, we got enough for how many hours? That's the hours. We got to work as fast as we can.
Yeah.
And we rehearsed before we got to the studio. We didn't wait to the studio to write. The verses were written, the rehearsals were done. We got enough time to lay it down And then this is just to drop the recording. That's not even a mix. We got 4 hours. We got 4 hours. We got 4 MCs. We got to get this beat. We got to get these additives onto the production. And then time's clock's ticking.
Yep.
And we were out like guerrilla terrorists. These kids just get to lounge in the studio all day, going to get some chicken across the bridge in Brooklyn. And everybody think that's free. It's on the house. It's not on the house.
I remember in my early 20s being at, I can't remember the name of the studio, but it was one of them $25 an hour places. And getting mad at the engineer because he took 10 minutes to smoke a bowl.
You better hurry up.
I'm like, come on, man.
Like, this is my dime, bro.
Yeah, man. That 10 minutes just cost me $5.50. You know what I mean?
It's be like that. Crazy.
I just think these kids have bad examples of music.
That
like,
too.
Very bad because, man, I'm sorry. And y'all can comments, whatever. Y'all call me a hater or whatever, but there's no way a Sexy Red should be in the position she's in.
By design.
There's no way. No how, no nothing. I mean, this chick can't rap. She has no rhythm. I mean, it's just a complete monstrosity.
I'm gonna probably get roasted for this shit too if this shit happens. If one of these clips go viral, I'm gonna get roasted. But man, to me, like, I agree with you. But I want to get back to what you were saying. I want to get back to what you're saying. But let me just throw this in, man. To me, every time I see that young lady, I'm being generous saying young lady. Every time I see her, I just think she need a bath, bro.
Yeah,
I really just think.
Yes,
you would be 100% correct because she's talking about aerating her nether regions in most songs.
Yes, like I just don't understand. I just don't understand how we just keep throwing the same clone out every single time for the last 10 years. We've had the same clone.
Some has the stick.
That goes to the conspiracy.
There's no conspiracy.
Put poison in our minds of our children. That's.
I don't think it's a conspiracy. I don't think it's a conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy. I'm just being humorous for the camera.
They've been trying to wreck this music from the beginning.
And they've finally done it. They finally done it.
Oh, it's broke as fuck. So so that's what it is, in my opinion. So it sounds like we all agree. It's poison. They're pumping poison into the young girls.
Yeah, man. Because
I think I was listening to another podcast, and again, I can't remember who this was. Not that I wouldn't give credit because this is good stuff. But they were saying something like, and it's actually in reference to Sexy Red, actually saying you don't see any of the other pop stars in that age demographic saying or doing any of the things that she does. It's like two different worlds culturally. And that doesn't mean it's got to be some prissy, clean, trying to be a virgin pop star that he was referencing, but he was just throwing a couple of names out there like Sexy Red versus Sabrina Carpenter, or, a couple of names out there like, what's the difference?
She's the white Sexy Red.
Boom. But do you see she has a little bit more class about her?
Just because you got on lingerie don't mean you're classy.
All right, go for it. All right, let's talk about it.
It's the same thing. It may be packaged a different way in different garments, but she's doing the same thing. All the clips show the same thing. The lyrics say the same thing. It's just packaged different.
Okay, I have not had a chance to look at any of the video footage.
Man,
I was just listening to something.
Look, man, what did John Witherspoon say on House Party? That dress is 2 inches above the thing. They both in the same. They're in the same outfit.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't. Like, I get so disgusted right now because I know No Idea's original, but we haven't had anything original. In forever. It's not even that. They all sound the same.
You don't like the underground kids though.
I've been saying they all sound the same for it's 25 now, so for 15 years. I've been saying that to myself, disgruntled, like an employee about to get fired. Like,
come on, you guys. You don't like Pink Seafood? You don't like Pink Seafood?
Seafood's good. Seafood's good.
Mac Homie.
But here's the thing, though. Those are few and far in between.
There are about 40 of them.
And then you have a situation, if they are signed and not independent, then the advertising dollars go to the sexy reds. It goes to the trash because people want trash. Think about it. We live in the United States of America. We're the most obese country on the planet Earth. People don't want fine dining and good food and healthy food. They want some fucking cheeseburgers.
Love that chicken from
and
Popeyes.
a fucking a pitcher of beer. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers, a pitcher of beer, and don't forget the chili cheese fries. That's what they want.
You know what I'm saying? And dessert
and all of that. That people want. People. It appears unfortunately that people want the ratchet. And just when we thought that it was dying down a little bit, the shit picked back up.
Somebody was like, back up. They're not listening. Throw something else out there.
I don't know.
Divorce Cardi B.
I think there's a chance, like if outlets like us, like maybe highlight some of these kids who are really trying hard to be better artists, to say better things, or at least let's throw a Christian artist in here and let's sprinkle them in. We've listened to some of them on our show, like it's surprisingly good. You know?
No, there actually used to be some really good Christian artists I used to listen to back in the day, hip hop, out of Tennessee that were really, really dope. The name just escaped me now, but really, really dope. I just think, like, for me, like even on my Facebook, if I see an artist that's doing something different that I think needs to be heard, I'll share that video on there. I don't care if I got any affiliation with them or not, and I don't care if they're indie or not. Like, if I just hear something different, I always post a video of something, just trying to share with whoever might be watching my shit. But in terms of the conspiracy to poison the minds of the children with the nasty, raunchy behavior, how do you counter that? Because you take a lyricist like Rhapsody. We know that she's phenomenal, but her company didn't put the same amount of dollars behind her that the company put behind Sexy Red. Because they're protecting their investment. They know these little girls want to dance on the pole. You know, we went from I just got to keep my daughter off the pole, a la Chris Rock, to now you see the women and the kids twerking in the video. And now we're starting to sound like four angry men. Four angry old men.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. I think there's a way, though. I think there's a way. I think you have to approach it. That's what I'm gonna say. You got to approach it in different time frame. You can't attack the same way in the same places at the same time frame. The nonsense is happening. You gotta flip it. There has to be a different kind of offering, a different kind of venue, a different kind of persuasion to lead you to something that could make you better. The vibration could be positive. We have the idea. I just can't say it. We've talked about it before, but there is a way to take the attention off of what destroys you and put the attention back on what could lift you up. There's a way.
There is a way. I mean, I try to do that one person at a time. Just like I say with my music, I try to earn one fan at a time. I mean, but how do you do that?
We got to take you and 40 others who are doing the same thing, one person at a time, and give them the different look. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Yeah. So I'll say this. The rap game does have their big three. Okay. And it was Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. All right. But for some reason, you know, Kendrick and J. Cole are all about lyrics. Lyricism was coming back. Then they're like, no, we need to do something to break this up. They're starting to think again.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're starting to think again.
Coming back.
Yes. And then they're like, hey, let's take this ratchet black chick and throw her right in the middle and just break up everything. Put her up there with Drake. Let's give her some shine, you know, because they tried with Cardi B. She got married and kind of fell off the scene a little bit.
Change.
Yes. Yeah. So now they need a new ratchet, and they found it. And Lord, they're like, okay, if we can clean up Gucci Man, we can definitely clean her up.
Even his delivery and materials changed, though.
Yes.
But Gucci Man is cleaned up. That girl needs a bath, man. She needs a bath.
But to the people that they're targeting, she's perfect.
True. But see, that's a problem in and of itself for me.
Exactly.
There's so many things I want to say. It's our fault. It's the generation prior to the generation purchasing. It's their fault because we look at the tournament we just did. If you haven't watched it, go on our Instagram and look at the Battle for Album Supremacy. We were listening to James Brown. We were listening to the New Birth. We were listening to Anita Baker. These kids don't know nothing about that. The preceding generation was full of toxins. So what do you think happens? So as we watch what's happening to Diddy allegedly, well, we're about to find out what's happening. Arguments are wrapping up. That generation, him, affects the purchasing generation, the next one. Okay, I'll put it differently. His performance generation affects the next one. So where he was doing this behind the scenes, maybe a person like Nas X is watching that, and now he puts it on the screen. So it's the generation prior that affects the purchasing generation.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
I agree with that.
We didn't buy shit because we was broke.
Hey, once in a while, Tuesday.
Speak for yourself. I'm still broke. I
ain't got nothing.
was broke.
I'm trying to get to the money.
And I can see that. I can see that. And also, this generation was trying to be the artist. Right? We were trying to be the Big Daddy Kanes and all that. We were rapping. Whereas now, they're working at McDonald's and they're cool because they're making $23 an hour at McDonald's.
But there had to have been a point where, and there was, I just don't know when it exactly had happened. Instead of being original, you started following a formula.
Duplicato.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People started just.
People did. I didn't. People.
No,
did.
I didn't mean you.
I think it started around the Migos. When they came,
they
came. All of a sudden, it was
cutter.
Yes, right. And then everybody else started
the same
cadence, and everybody's like, "Oh, I can do that cadence," whereas everybody couldn't do a Rakim cadence. You run out of breath. You couldn't do a Big Daddy Kane. Couldn't do a Twister.
Brothers, we had the same things. What do we have? We had the same toxin. We had E-Phil for Zagging. We had 100 Miles and Running. We had Cotton Candy, Sweet as Gold. We had options.
Exactly. There's no options.
So hey, we want some.
Yes. We had some options. I can listen to that, or I'm cool like that. I'm cool.
Right.
So as the window of opportunity starts shrinking, of course, I got to duplicate what's winning. And then all the things of originality outside of that window aren't getting the airplay.
Gotcha. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
We had the same nonsense.
Yeah. It's like bad weed growing, though.
Man, if you go back and listen to some gangster Nip, go listen to Nip right now.
No, but what I'm saying is it chokes out.
Pass on gangster Nip.
Yeah, like when people start getting and start making considerable amount of money, and other people can mimic that to get that same, or at least strive to get that same amount, it's going to choke out the
art.
The art of it.
It devalues the person that did it the first time. But the person that did it the first time might have been onto something. Had that just been that one-off, that one guy or that one chick. And then I used to tell somebody, why think of this, and then I know a lot of people get frustrated when I start equating hip hop to business, but this is what I do, motherfuckers. Y'all gonna have to listen to
business.
Why would you buy a cheap imitation that looks like a Cadillac instead of a Cadillac if you had the money?
Especially if it's the same price.
It's the same price, but Cadillac and GM's been in business for umpteen 100 years. And then this new company comes out and it looks like a Cadillac, it feels like a Cadillac. Would you buy a Cadillac or that new shit?
I got that new ladder cat.
You know, yeah,
Yeah, got that alley cat.
And I used to tell some of these younger kids that make that Migos type of music. They used to come to me for advice and stuff. You know, as I was growing older, trying to become what they call the OG or Unk, which drives me crazy. But I'll take OG. G's in my name anyway. But they would ask, like, you know, my opinions on stuff, and I'd be like, man, this particular thing that you did is hot. Like, this beat was ferocious, and this section of the song was ferocious. Like, some good abilities there. But why are you mimicking somebody else's cadence? Like, that was like crazy when I was coming up.
Oh, hated that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Like, you might as well start saying the same words. You sound like you biting. But then I was trying to get him to understand, man, like, if you sound like Future and your record is on the shelf next to Future, when we had CD stores, for those of us that are not remembering those good old days, they gonna buy Future.
Yeah.
You know, what was the kid that came out with the Panda?
Or how about a
designer.
concert tickets? If
exactly,
you know what I'm saying,
yep.
We're gonna go see Future.
You're gonna see the real deal.
Knock off
Future.
See
the carbon copy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got to be the truth. You can't be an echo of the truth, because you just decaying. And it took, you know, these kids, like, they just couldn't wrap their head around it, because that's what's hot. That's what's hot. They got to follow the trend. Like, who remembers these people that follow trends? Outkast never followed a trend.
Right.
You remember who they are. And then the guy Designer, like I said, I remember that song, but I didn't remember his name was Designer.
Yeah.
I thought it was Future the first time I heard it. But now look, Future's still out here making babies and making broken homes and still rich as fuck. And Designer is, you know, jacking off on airplanes for all I know.
Yep, struggle.
Yeah.
You know, but he had that one hit, but he got that one off, but he can't build a career trying to sound like the man that already got famous for it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody can do that. And that just goes down the rabbit hole that you and every other person that loves hip hop talk about. When we grew up, we had distinct voices.
Genres. Yep.
We had distinct cadences.
Yeah.
We had distinct identities.
It was taboo to bite.
It was.
Yeah.
It was absolutely taboo to
bite.
I
mean, MC Shea made the song. Beat biter. You stole with your stole mop, and it was just a beat. Right? Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
So I would encourage young artists to find your own identity. And, you know, again, that goes in anything. Just like, you know, we were talking the other day about Fuego, man, like building that identity. Tell you a quick story. And I think y'all know this guy. I'm gonna talk about him. I love this guy from back in the day. But really quickly, building an identity is something that I've just recently learned how to do into my music that I release. It's like, not necessarily the stuff that I do, whether it's for a brand or for sync or something like that, but just the stuff that I actually put out. I just started looking at how do I tie that all together. And you remember we were talking about this on one of our private calls, Jarvis. And it's like, how do I make all of this be succinctly come together so it doesn't look like a bunch of scattered different jack of all trades type thing? I think artists now should figure out, you know, as everybody knows, you got to make your brand. You got to make your brand. Yet I keep saying that shit, but do you really understand all that entails? They, like, real quick, how hard is it to identify something down to the bone marrow of your target audience?
It's crazy. Yeah, I'm still trying.
Extremely difficult.
It's difficult. I was able to do that in other business ventures. I was able to do that, like company stuff, side hustle stuff like that. But it just became apparent to me. I've just been having a great few years of awakening and enlightenment as to how I present myself in terms of this music thing. I kind of brought attributes from other industries I worked in into this music thing. And it's been most helpful for me to grow that business, because I felt like, honestly, who the fuck? I ain't gonna never quit making music. But if I'm never gonna quit, why should I not get paid?
Right.
Well,
right. I'm not gonna quit, but I'm not gonna be one of these sorry fucks sitting in the garage or sitting in the basement. Like, I know my shit is the hardest. I got my NPC right here. Like, I know my shit is the hardest.
We were so hot in 2006.
I was hot.
Man, we was doing it in 2007.
Remember we did that one banger? Remember that 4th of July show and such and such, man? Like, hell no. I don't want to be pathetic with my shit. So I figured if I'm going to be doing it anyway, because we got love, that's the love right there. I'm never going to quit because I got love. But what's most important is, do I have anything to say?
Yep.
Do I have anything to say that's worth listening to? And what I have to say kind of merged in from me having these conversations with guys like y'all with this music therapy and the motivation thing. My hip hop has become that now. Like if you listen to my music, it has become that consistent message in the music. No matter whatever the tempo is, no matter whatever the subject matter is, it's kind of still all falling into an ongoing story of perseverance, resilience, motivation, stand up, get your shit together. You know, even the introspective stuff talks about the messed up times, but it always sums up to move, go forward, do. So, but anyway, so that's just my thing. But I learned this from a guy, O-Dub. You remember O-Dub?
Of course.
Friend of the show.
Right.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. Shout out to O-Dub. I haven't seen him in a while, but check this out. So he used to come down to my studio when he first started recording. And he was, and he probably still is, he's like a climber. A mountain climber.
Yeah.
And at that time, we were recording his demo and his first EP. And we were just going over, you know, as we were recording this project, we did the whole project there. And this is actually right around time when I think his project was probably one of the last projects before I moved to Miami. And we would just have these good conversations, man. We became friends outside of that too. Went out a few times, hung out and kicked it and stuff. Real good guy. Actually did a couple of more records with him after leaving Miami with him and Scan and Rising Sun and stuff. But what I noticed was, and he kind of did it inadvertently, or maybe it was the plan all along. I don't want to take no credit away from him, but he kind of merged some of his raps and some of the subject matter about climbing.
Yeah.
That name O-Dub was dubbed in Power Blast Recording Studios. Nice. Because he was telling us about this.
He did a whole album about climbing back then.
That's what I'm.
Go ahead and brush your holds off or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. And this was before that. That's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So we were sitting there and he was explaining something to us about this particular kind of crawl that he has to do to get through these cracks and crevices and stuff. And he was like, something was off with. And he even had this track at the time, and he said something off with. And I think the track may have been called Off With. I have to go back, and next time I holler at him, I got to ask him about it. But I'm like, man, Off With. And he explained what it was and kind of gave me a description. I thought that shit was fascinating shit. Like, you know, that was like Tom Cruise Mission Impossible 2 on the ledge and shit, right? And we're just like, man, you're talking about climbing. That's like a whole community. That's a subset, a community. Now, Fuego, this will go into what we were talking about just the other day. He then did that, and I'm not trying to take credit for the idea. I'm just saying we had that conversation very early on to do more of that, add more subject matter into your raps and your songs about climbing, because he would go to these climbing meetings and they had like these little festivals and he would perform and stuff. So he took that ball and ran with it. That's a whole subculture.
For sure.
That's brand identifying.
Yes.
Right.
Also even more to music, that you want to talk about podcasts, that guy's got the podcast chops too, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's got a whole thing about climbing. He's got some hip hop podcasts and all these.
Power climbing.
Yeah.
So me and him actually had that conversation too. About, hey, rap about what you know, man.
Yeah.
Like don't worry about it. You know, like you know girls and climbing at the time. Talk about girls and climbing. and you'll do what you do. I mean, even oh my God. He does Jesus.
You're talking about Agile doing
the
tech
Agile doing the tech rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He found his niche and went for it. And it worked out for him, man.
Dual core is his current name.
Dual core. Yes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that's they identified and ran with. Those are probably him and those two and Lazy D are probably the ones that I know that identified what they're good at what their thing is and ran with it.
Shout out to all those guys.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Lazy D still traveling across the country.
Green Jello.
Green Jello.
Yeah. that takes vision, man. And that's what I'm saying. I would encourage any of the younger generation artists that are aspiring artists or indie artists, no matter how successful you are, just consider yourself. You do not want to fit in with the pack. You want to stand out. People remember the artists that stand out. You know, some of our favorite legacy artists stood out amongst other standouts. That was the beautiful part. We didn't just have one guy standing out. We had an era of, damn, he's dope. Oh shit, they're both coming out. Which one can I afford to buy this week? Right. They hit the same day. We only had enough money for one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had some standout guys. Now it's like, like you said earlier, the big three, and then everybody else is like, what are we gonna do with this bullshit?
Yeah.
Back then, though, we had kings with kings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the late 80s to the early 90s, like, yeah, we can talk about that forever. But I'm not gonna do that because everybody's heard that conversation. But yeah, I would encourage artists to find their own identity, just like it's a business, because you can build a subculture on that. That's what, we were talking about branding a business, a t-shirt company. You want to build a subculture. You want to build a lifestyle, not just a brand, a lifestyle. And now, unfortunately, for me, thanks to y'all having me on y'all podcast, now my podcast has become a lifestyle that I can.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Sir.
Very much. It has become my lifestyle that I dread doing every time. I'm just kidding.
It can be a chore, man. It can be a chore, but
no.
It absolutely
is.
You got to do it.
And that's just kind of leaning back into what I was saying earlier. Like, how do you build a better podcast? But when I was already planning on doing the podcast then when I came on y'all podcast, but that shit that cocksucker said just kind of let it fuel on me. And so I went early. I was planning on doing it anyway. But
battery in the back.
Battery in the back. Yes. Yeah. Full circle. Somebody put a battery in your back. You put a battery in the next.
Ain't nothing like the power of a hater.
Ain't nothing like the power of a hater. Haters are motivators. My people know that shit. The haters are motivators.
Yes.
But one thing is for sure. You'll never find a hater doing better than you. Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly. Yeah. So the question was, what makes a better podcast?
How do you build a better podcast? But just let's not go super heavy in it now. I don't know how much time y'all got, but let's kind of stay where we're at for a minute. I want to talk about these young stars and this hip hop stuff.
You know what the big thing is?
Three's got something on his mind.
Here, let me just. I got to get this out for you. You know how my memory is.
Yeah.
Learn to rap without your words.
Oh my god.
Do a concert with just the beat.
Yes. Do not rap over your vocals.
Good Lord. That is the worst thing. The ad libs, fine.
Never, ever.
If you only have $100 budget at the studio, make sure 25 of it goes to putting out some instrumental mixes.
Oh my god!
If
performance tracks.
Yeah, some of the people that I work with, like, if you send a mix to me, if somebody sends me a track to mix and master, that's a part of the mix and master package price, a performance version. Good. You get that in part as a part of whatever I charge you to do the mix and master. You getting that because I'm not gonna watch you. And especially if I worked on the track. Not just because I'm mixing it, but especially if I worked on the track too, you're getting a performance version. I will never have you rapping over your words. No.
Yeah. They'll still find a way.
Embarrassing.
Do you ever leave in like ad libs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I leave in ad-libs,
ad libs are fine. Even the hook is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear what I hear on the radio come out of you.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time.
It's lazy. It's lazy, bro.
Like, this ain't Soul Train.
I mean, even if you know the song real well, if they flub it some, it's a live performance, and that's what makes
them human.
Yeah.
Those moments. Now, how many times you've been on stage and you messed up, and then you had to freestyle your way back into the
countless, countless,
a lot,
countless.
But these kids don't know nothing about that.
No,
and think about it. How many you're on stage and shit, and it could be anything. It might be a distraction of, you're at a venue, you're killing it, and then somebody walks in the room, and there's something there.
Yeah,
it throws you off.
Or somebody throws something at you. You never know.
A light hits you in the eye the wrong way.
Yeah,
it could be anything.
Yeah, the sound goes out.
You could be clumsy. You could trip over a mic wire or a guitar cable or anything. And then we had to just figure it out. I had to become a master of having myself ready to freestyle 2 lines so I can get back on to whatever the actual song was. If I'm performing material that people have heard already. Ridiculous, bro. These kids don't understand that. They want it already set in there so they could do the least amount of work.
Yeah.
If you forget the words, just go, yeah.
And can we please pick up the pen? Stop thinking you can freestyle a whole flipping album.
Jay-Z did it.
Even he should have picked up a pen.
Come on, you guys. We're being way too tough on it. Okay, so we were reading things like Things Fall Apart, in The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
These children are not reading what we are reading. So we were watching the experts do and create. These children ain't watching the experts.
There ain't no experts.
They are. Rakim's an expert in the YouTube. I can click on the textbook of YouTube and go find them. The point is that this is different. So them recording, going to a show and performing over their lyrics is their norm.
Yeah, but why?
But because
they're lazy.
Because there's a gap of information.
No, because they made it acceptable.
Because the industry and everything trickles downhill said, don't listen to the old guy. You see this man? His name is Big Daddy Kane. Don't ask him anything. He's whack. He's lame. He's old. Listen to his old stuff. We don't want it. So their normal is doing all the things we find not normal. So the only way we can fix it, gentlemen, is to get out there on a Wednesday night at an open mic and show them. But I'm too old for that now. I can't stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning on a random Wednesday.
Who says you can't do that?
I mean, I can.
Look.
Who says you can't do that? Who told you can't do that?
This guy. I gotta be up at 5. I just know, so where we think there is no hope, there is hope, because there are children out here doing it the right way. Like that kid, they don't like him, but he's a 25-year-old kid. He just watches old hip hop videos, and I love it. He may not understand the nuance, but hey, he's here. He's here, and that means there's hope. So let's not beat them up too bad, man. They still carry the torch for us. Let's not beat them up too bad. The ones who aren't making money are carrying the torch for us, for Scan, for Top Cats. There's still hope.
There's hope, but you got to tell the people that are doing it to stop.
Hey, you got to show.
They're stop.
No, they don't. See, we come from a school of I can show you better than I can tell you.
Right.
Yes.
They come from the school of what I heard was.
There it is. Yeah. See, I ain't never really heard of that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how they think now, man. The laziest way possible. They think in terms of shortcuts. Shortcuts.
I think us being the elder statesmen and consistency beats their persistency. I think showing up.
We're trying. We need more soldiers, bro.
Putting up, we're gonna get there.
We need more soldiers, but we need you to come out on a Wednesday night. Oh, you know what, man? Let me back up a taste. Look, real quick. We were talking about Friday Flow, but for my listeners and the viewers on YouTube, tell everybody what Friday Flow is.
Oh, Friday Flow is a collective of probably your parents' favorite R&B stars that come down to Washington Park and perform for free. Now, it is a good time. They don't act like they're performing for free. They give you a show. I mean, they've got some great names coming. It's free to sit down in the lawn. It's a great date night on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you may have to bring an umbrella. But I mean, they need more people to show up. People ask for what to do in the city. Friday Flow's right there. You can bring your entire family. There's no cussing. There's no too shorts. There's none of that. It's good old-fashioned R&B music.
I love it.
That people dance and have a good time to. DJ Classy plays nothing but the stuff we grew up on. Oh man, it's a beautiful night. It's a beautiful night. P&G sponsors it, First Financial Bank, and Carl, one of the owners of Friday Flow, terrific dude, terrific guy, full of knowledge, and it's just a great time, man. If you're not doing nothing and you're in Cincinnati, just show up at Washington Park. It ain't the Washington Park it was 20 years ago.
No,
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Some people aren't. Like, it's not the same. There's no bums laying on the benches. There's stuff to do for your kids. It's a beautiful place. Wonderful. Yes. It's a mini version of Central Park.
Yeah, I missed that cultural fest that was last week, Saturday. I thought I was gonna be able to make that, but I wasn't able to do that. Just duty called, so I couldn't get back. But yeah, all right, cool. So now everybody knows what that is.
Yes.
Back to beating up on these kids. No,
come on now.
Yo, if you enjoyed this episode, you gotta check out this next video. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You'll be the first to get all the new content, all the new motivational content, all the new music, and all the behind-the-scenes footage. You'll be the first to know what's going on. This is Music Therapy and Motivation. I'm your host, Gino Black. I want you to get activated, and I hope you stay motivated. Peace.